Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about something interesting. So it's this phrase that a lot of people in my life and a lot of people in other people's lives that are trans or other things have said, and it's, I support you, but. Okay, let's break it down. So these are people who are family, friends, partners, siblings, acquaintances, teachers, anybody that you meet in society, basically, could tell you, well, I support you, but. Okay, the second you say but, it is no longer support. You are now turning everything on the reason why you don't support the person instead of saying it doesn't make sense. It's a contradiction. So let me give you an example. Let's say I come out as gay to a friend of mine who is a cis man, and I'm like, oh, I'm gay. Oh, I mean, like, I support you and all, but like, just don't look at me in the locker room. Or, yeah, I support you, but like, I don't want trans people in the bathroom with me. What? Like, I feel like that's the biggest one that's happening right now because of all these bathroom bills, and the United States is going, what is, look, I'm like blessed that I live in Canada, but like, I follow American politics and American laws and stuff like that very closely. Also, it's all over my Facebook, how can I not? Like, I can't ignore it. And this bathroom issue is just killing me. Whatever, but I have seen so many comments that say, I support the trans community, but ... and it's like, but I don't think they should be in the same bathrooms, but they should get their own bathrooms, but the government shouldn't pay for them, but insurance shouldn't pay for them, but the military shouldn't pay for them, but they shouldn't even be in the military, and I could literally go on forever. I feel like this is super hurtful, okay, and for some different reasons. I feel like if I was a baby trans and I had just come out and I saw these comments and I saw my family members commenting these things, or my family members and people in my life saying these things to me, I would feel like, okay, yeah, but they do support me, and I feel like I would accept that at least they support me. But the thing is that as much as they say that they support you, I feel like they don't. And I know that that's a big claim to make, but here, listen to me. They support who you are and that you are a person, but they don't, it's almost like an individual thing. Like, I support that you are trans, and I love you, and I support you. I might not agree with it, but I support you. Cool. But it's almost like that's only for you. You're the exception. Whereas all the other trans people shouldn't have the same level of respect and support that the person has for you. And these are my interpretations. I might be completely off, but I have been in this community for such a long time on the internet and seen so many comments, and they have always been very similar. It's been, trans people are disgusting. That still happens right now. And now it's more like, I mean, I understand the whole transgender thing, but, or I support transgenders, but. And I'm not making fun of anybody for using transgendered or transgenders, because maybe they just don't know the right way to use the word, and that's fine. We all make mistakes, we all don't know. Some people just don't know, and that's fine. But it's the but that really messes with me, because I can't, like, oh, my neighbors, Jill and Jen, they're fine, but other lesbians that I know, God, I can't stand them. What? What are you saying? Just because it's like an individualized thing where you love your neighbors who are lesbians and you think that they're great, but then you look at all other lesbians in society and you're like, can't deal with those. Why? Is it because the neighbors were very nice to you and they are very, you perceive them as very normal, as whatever normal means to you in society and how we were taught to think about things that are normal? So for me, I have a really big problem with this quote and this sentence, and I want to know, please, am I wrong? Have you gotten this? Tell me some stories if you have. An example of, I support you, but, and explain what was the but, what is it? Because I want to get down to it. I want to understand. I try so hard to put myself in the side of the other people, because, not because I want to agree with them or anything like that, but it's interesting to understand the other perspective. Like, I would love to sit down and have a conversation for real, no screaming, very nice, just talking to somebody who really believes in the message that Trump is sending. I just want to sit down. I might get very angry, but I just want to sit down very calm. I want to understand, where are you coming from? How do you believe this? And it's just something that I want to do. I just want to understand how people think of these things, and why are you on this side and why am I on that side? It's like really interesting to see these debates. I don't want to do a public debate where I'm publicly debating some trans person who's very rude online. I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. I want to sit down and relax and just hear the person's story. So I want to understand, why are people transphobic? I want to understand. I want to sit down with somebody who is super transphobic. I want to understand, why are you super transphobic? Or even someone who says, I support you, but no. I have even seen things like, I support you. Actually, this happened to me, so I can give you this example for real. I support you transitioning. I support you. But if you want to go on hormones, we're going to have to talk about it. And I was like, okay, not that big of a deal. Hold on. I support you, but I don't think you should have surgery. The person was talking about top surgery, and it was like, you can transition, you can go on hormones now, but if you really want top surgery, like, I don't know, we're going to really have to think about it together. And I was like, okay, but this is my body. So that person's obviously not transphobic, but that person has some personal things that they need to deal with. And this happened to me. This is not a I support you but example, but I was dating somebody who knew that I wanted bottom surgery in the future. In the future, it is something that I am looking at. Not right now, but it is something that I am open to exploring later in the future, because I may want and need it in the future. The person made me feel bad about wanting surgery and made me like not want to have surgery, and I was very confused. And I think it's because they liked the parts that I have, which is great for you, but I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was very selfish with that. But this is another tangent. The point here is that the person that I was dating originally, who had said that, maybe it was because we were young, like we were 17, 18, 19, stuff like that, and now much later in life, I'm sure that they don't think like this anymore, but it was a very strong thing to deal with, because I remember being at my cousin's house and she was asking me, she's like, well, what are you gonna do about like your surgery? Like, the person you're dating is a lesbian and she likes boobs, what are you gonna do? And I couldn't even answer her, and I felt so bad, like, you're making me feel bad. And I felt like that's not, I feel like that's not support. Like, yeah, sure, my cousins supported me and they were very nice to me and started using my name and my pronouns, and it took them a while, but they did it, and I'm very happy about that. But to say something like, well, like, you shouldn't have top surgery because you're gonna lose your girlfriend at the time, that was how is that, like, and it wasn't like a warning, like you're gonna lose her, it was like a don't have surgery. I was there, you weren't there, it's hard to explain what happened. But anyways, the point here is that when people say I support you, but they're not supporting you 100%, unfortunately. And I feel like I lived in this delusion for a long time where I felt like a lot of people did support me, but they used the word but. And it was like, I support you, but I'm not gonna use your new name. I support you, but I'm not gonna use your pronouns. I support you, but I'm not gonna try to use your pronouns. It's like, I support you, but I don't respect you. And that understanding really messed me up, and I removed toxic people out of my life. My aunt was very, like, I didn't remove my aunt out of my life, but I never see her. Like, I see her once every 2 years, sometimes every year, like every 2-3 years, honestly. I'm busy, I saw her for like a funeral and a wedding. Not on the same day, but like 2 months apart. And I don't see them, and like she's all nice to me and stuff like that, and she's like, oh, you're great. She's never said I support you, but you know, like, I expect a level of respect and support from my family. I grew up with these people. I'm very close to my aunts and all my cousins. I grew up with all of them. Like, we were all like siblings together. It was like really cute. And I remember, I think this is maybe right before I had top surgery, I think. So 2013, I think it was. I went to hug my aunt because she was leaving, and we always hug, and she always kisses me on the cheek. And I go to hug her, and she does this. Open. Excuse me? This? Nah. The second you do this, no, I'm done with you. Which I know is kind of dramatic and like it sucks, but you went like this, and that made me feel super rejected and that you don't support me at all. So I was like, I'm sorry, but I am, like, in my head I was like, I don't do this. So now I see her and I'm like very nice, but there's a level that's different now that I can't go back to, I guess. Alright, so this is my story and my explanation of I support you, but I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you ever had a story that is similar to this? I would love to know your stories, and we could all have a discussion about this. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below. And guys, folks, everyone watching me, I love you all, and I support you. And I love you. I love you, bye.